Hello everybody, it's me Kyle, and today I'm at the Studio City Farmers Market, and oh, paparazzi again. It's so annoying being semi-famous. Oh, they're always following me, they won't leave me alone. So we're approaching this particular farmers market that we've worked at for years, and so we know the layout pretty good. I'm gonna drop off one or two of them. Radio check, nothing. Radio check. I was ending my my 6-year enlistment with the National Guard, and I had a girlfriend that I met out here, and she said, "Come on out, don't re-up, come out to California." So I said, "Okay, you don't have to pull my leg on that, or you have to convince me on that one." So I packed up, came out here, tried to get into the entertainment industry, and about 150 pounds later, I'm just still doing what I do, and I just transitioned into being a photographer. I found someone who had a brother who was a photographer, and they let me try it out, and it was stumbling. I stumbled at first, but after 6 months, I got pretty decent out of it.
This is Tuan, Twist, and Dano, and this is Idiot Paparazzi. Hey guys, it's Joey Buttafuoco! Joey Buttafuoco! Joey Buttafuoco! Joey Buttafuoco! How's Amy?
Here's the thing, I see like a lot of people think of paparazzis and paparazzos and the whole, chasing after celebrity thing and the TMZ thing in a very negative light, right?
Well, they're following celebrities because that's the demand. If there was no demand to know what these people are doing, we wouldn't have a job. So, you want to blame someone, blame society. They're the ones who want to know how rich people live, what they're doing, who they're dating, and they want to know that they're just as imperfect as anybody else, and which they are. They get divorced, they get married, they fall in love, they fall out of love, they have kids, they fight, they argue. They're just like us. Hey, ngủ rồi hả? Anh thức sớm đây, tại sao ngủ rồi? Thức đi, có bạn đây. Hello. Hello. Nói chuyện đi.
Sao bạn đi sớm quá?
Chào, xin chào.
Hello.
Hello, chào chị.
Mới lại ha.
Yeah, mới lại yeah. This is him.
This video it?
Yeah, video.
It's not focusing. This is so hard. The car in front of us, Gwen Stefani's husband.
Ex-husband. Gavin Rossdale.
Gavin Rossdale. What does he do besides her
He
husband?
sings in a band called Bush.
This is so exciting.
A lot of people try it. It's like, oh, how hard is it to take a picture? It's like, it's hard. Because I've had people come out, and as soon as they see a celebrity, they freeze up.
Right.
And they're like, oh my God, I don't want to bother them. They're with their kids. I'm like, well, that's what this is all about, buddy. And it's like, well, how about you just sit in the car? It's like, no, because I'm having an anxiety attack. My brother, who one year, he was told to be here because I had to do a funeral, and he decided not to come, and Angelina showed up.
Oh.
And I won't let him live that one down. Because the guy who did get it bought a brand new camera and a Prius.
Wow.
Just from that.
I know Angelina is watching right now, so please, Angelina, if you're watching, just come into Tuan's life. We are in a mall right now. This is private property, so we have to kind of be more careful when it comes to shooting. We have to be a little bit cautious.
So that's just what we have so far.
Sớm quá. Chồng thức tới 9-10 giờ rồi. 6 giờ sớm quá. Con mắt không có mở lên được.
Nó mở, thấy cái này. Em viết cái gì đây? Thức chưa cô hả? Em viết thức chưa cô. Ai biết? Em không nhớ viết cái đó hả?
Không nhớ.
I remember back in the day growing up as a child in Austin, Texas, that we were going to Galveston almost every weekend, and I didn't know why. I just noticed that, we would spend the weekend with all these families, and all the men would go off somewhere, and all the kids and the wives would just hang out somewhere. And it wasn't until I got old enough to realize that there was a story with the Vietnamese and the fishing, and the Americans not, appreciating their presence there, to say the least. And it wasn't until later on that I realized that what my dad was doing was he was answering the call to help and protect people's boats and whatever, and lives and whatnot. But what they did was they called everyone that they knew to help them protect their property and their fishing and their families.
But a lot of people without like a steady income, they always feel kind of nervous, right?
Sure.
You ever feel that way, like month to month?
Month to month, sometimes we have bad months, sometimes we have great months. It's just about knowing how to budget so you can cover the slow months. So, if you're not good at this, trust me, you're not going to be doing it for very long. Granted, I've got to support my brothers, but they also have to support me with what we're doing and how we're doing it. So, if at the end of the day they don't get the shots, then we're not going to make rent,
Okay, so what Thung is doing right now is that he has to prep the shots. The famous person is in there eating right now, and then we have to kind of angle the car to be in a situation where he can get a great shot without really being detected, because we kind of want them to, be in a candid moment, right? Plan the exact angles. This is fascinating. This is above and beyond what I thought. I really thought it was just, chasing after them, snap, snap, snap.
It's where's Waldo? It's where's Waldo? Waldo, over here, Waldo. Watch out! Waldo! Where you are, Waldo? We know where you are.
Snap, snap, and that's it. But no, there's a lot of planning, guys. There's a lot of strategy. You gotta be creative, right? Lean over, go down, open the, but this situation is too obvious. I imagine it's very difficult to, work with family and spend a lot of time with them like this, and you guys are in a very high-pressure situation as well.
Yeah, I mean, for little money, and then it's just, there's a lot of stress.
Yeah, it's a lot of stress, yeah. I can imagine. But there's benefits of working together, correct?
Unfortunately, when the money was good, it was good. And when the economy went down in 2008, that's when he decided to come out after he, wasn't working. And it was like, well, now it's too late. So we're waiting for the economy to bounce back and, good times to roll back over. But, you got to take the good with the bad.
Okay, so we are actually right at the driveway of a gas station, looking towards this restaurant, famous deli. And we think they're going to pull up, but we're not 100% sure. So we kind of lost them. They were in that valet line, and then they kind of disappeared, went in, turned right somewhere. There they are, famous people and their dogs. In the driveway, we found them again. They parked, and they're just walking up right here. That's a cute dog.
My son like you. Chico, come here. Kyle. I saw a lot of you.
Oh, nice to meet you.
KyleLay.net.
Yeah, hey, nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. Yeah, hey. I guess I'm famous.
Yeah.
How did you recognize me?
I know.
The hat too, man. We recognize the hat.
Your face. I know.
Well, it's nice to meet you guys.
Nice,
Kyle.
Nice to meet you. Thank you. Yeah.
We just check in with the boys real quick.
Yeah, what's up?
Anything going on with you guys?
No, it's dead out here.
Alrighty, we're all the way in Century City with Gavin. Hang tight and keep your eyes open. I'll come back over there right now. Well, I went to Vietnam for the first time in 1996 with my mom, and it was an eye-opener. I had totally taken America for granted. You know, we have such a good life here that, you know, we're allowed to do and say what we want to say, work, and do all kinds of things, opposed to Vietnam, and make good money or decent money. I definitely saw things differently, and I appreciated where I was coming from, and I fell in love with the culture, and you know, I was still shy. I remember hearing Vietnamese as a child and responding in English, you know, typical, you know, laziness. But I wanted to embrace my culture, and you know, when I came back 10 years later in 2006, I made an effort to start learning, and I wanted to meet a Vietnamese girl, and it wasn't easy, you know, because most girls are like, "What the hell are you saying?" And so, you know, it takes someone with a lot of patience to Anh em gặp ba năm trước, làm cái đám cưới với gia đình 2 năm trước, nên làm cái giấy đám cưới Việt Nam 1 năm rưỡi, phải không? My Vietnamese is not as good. That's one of the main reasons why I married a Vietnamese woman, so I can retouch my Vietnamese roots. As you can see from my room, it's all about the Vietnamese culture here. But my wife, she understands me for the most part, and we have a good laugh when I mess up the language, and you know, we take it slow, and I think that's important, that, you know, we have the rest of our lives to learn off of each other, because when she comes to America, she'll be learning English, and you know, she's always making fun of me for how I say things in Vietnamese, and I'm like, oh, well, you just wait till you come to America, you know, so the tables will be turned then.
You just told me that you have 3 cars so that they don't remember
Right.
the exact car.
One specific car.
Wow.
100-400 lens on 7D, and a little video camera on top. Mounted.
Wow, I've never seen that before.
Let's see if we can make sure I'm getting my angle here.
Private investigator. It's tinted, and yeah, I see. Okay, interesting. Yeah, I feel better in here. So the usual thing is you just come and walk and see who's here, right?
Yeah.
Just walk. Yeah, I can see how you have to really keep your eyes open. There's so many people. Things celebrities would like. I would be horrible at this job because I can't really tell faces apart. And many times, like, even people that I know or I've met before, I don't recognize them when they see me again. I have a hard time distinguishing faces from each other, so I would be horrible at this job. At your high school, for example, there's no Vietnamese.
There was a handful of Vietnamese,
Right.
but they were, you know, I was more of an Americanized Vietnamese. So when I went to go talk to like a couple of girls, I didn't know the etiquette, and I said, "Hey, that my yeah," and they're and they run off, and I'm like, "What did I say? I just asked for your name." I didn't realize that you can't say, you know, my and down. You know, you have to be chào buổi sáng, em tên là cái gì? You know, I didn't understand all that stuff. I just spoke how I spoke at the house. You know, and at the house, hey, mày nào làm cái gì? Hey. Tại sao phải đám cưới người Việt Nam, em Việt Nam, cho Quang nói chuyện tiếng Việt, vui quá. Và em không biết dạy gì đâu. Em dạy anh và em làm biến dạy đàng hoàng. When I first met her and her family are always talking, and I hear the word "talao," I hear "bà nội." Yeah. I'm like, where's this lady at that you're always talking about, you know? And you know, come to find out, it was just, you know, their way of talking. And
so that basically took 4 hours for a few shots. Thing is driving and taking shots at the same time. So again, we want to keep a distance. So Tuan has driven, pulled up on sidewalks. Pulled up on sidewalks. It's a lot of work, guys. For a few photos that you see on these major news sites, it's a lot of work. Yeah, this is something that you just can't be shy. Oh, he waved at you. And you waved at him.
There was that moment.
Are you guys friends now?
If you can get a big score here, you can retire and do something else if you want.
Right.
You know, you don't have to do this. And the odds are much, much better than the lottery, that's for sure.
That's a lot of work. Actually, the whole like trying to do the shade thing in the front, that's stressful.
Yeah.
Because you gotta like drive and try different things at the same time.
Park, shoot, don't hit any pedestrians.
Focus. Yeah. It's a lot of work. Okay, so how this works is right after you take the photo, sometimes almost instantaneously, like right now, you have your laptop with you, you upload the files onto the laptop, you edit, choose the best ones, and then you upload to your agency, and then the agency will sell to the news and the entertainment industry. Correct? That's how it works?
Uh-huh. As far as paparazzis, it's a job, it's a profession. You try to do what you can and, you know, be professional about it, just like anything else. For us, I know that we have a connotation that comes with it, but it's, you know, we don't get most of the shots that we get by being jerks and whatnot. You know, you get a lot further with honey than vinegar. We get to know our subjects. They know us, and you know, when it's time to move on, we move on. Don't judge a book by its cover. Don't listen to the over-sensationalized news. You know how they can be. So, look at the story. Look at the people smiling. You know, it's there for a reason. So.
This is the start of your day.
Yeah, now so just gotta go get something to drink to wake up and, you know, wake up the boys.
Any big plans for the future?
Not working with family so much.